Who would like to bring us all up to speed for a little bit of inspiration?
Oh my god, I was gonna be so bummed if I was gonna miss session because I wanted a recap today.
Okay.
Because the recap is so beautiful. It's as simple as we dicked around and we cut off Zal's leg.
I've got dancing feet now.
Are they considered dancing feet at this point?
All feet are considered dancing feet.
You don't even got feet. You don't got toes.
That's right.
You have
In
pyramid
fact, I
structures.
only have toe.
You're basically a horse
Saving money on boots and socks.
Is it cool if I just call you Mr. Bojangles for the rest of the campaign?
now.
I mean, that's a pretty good that's a pretty good summary of events. Kind of fucked around, finalized some things in town, and then cut off your friend's legs. It's pretty good time.
We also did gain a little bit of information about some stuff that had been the um
Fun places.
we had acquired a bag of materials that had been left by Rue and his crew, um, and picked up some interesting items. One of which was one he had stolen off of someone he'd killed, which was kind of terrifying. Another one was a bracelet of birth control. We're kind of rolling in some whack shit right now.
That is very true. I actually forgot about the bracelet of birth control.
It's been on my mind for 7 goddamn days.
As it should be. As it should be.
Is that a new ring?
Literally, I talked about it the other day to somebody, and I was like, "It's a Nuva ring that you actually wear."
Yeah, it goes on the outside.
It's a new ring for gamers.
Oh
RGB
my
included.
Now by gamer
Hey, good night, everybody.
Now
Been
by
a long
gamer
night.
subs, yeah. Oh boy. Okay. Very good. Go and take some inspiration, Rainier. You all have just finished a long rest in Finlanora. It is morning of the 21st of Flame Rule. It's roughly about 8 a.m. or so. You have spent the evening in the Tyndall estate, as it is in Finlanora. Some of you are. Does the birth control ring require attunement? No, it does not. It does not. You've spent the evening in the Tyndall estate in various places and positions. You awake to once again there is a breakfast being served. Fruits, meats, juices, some wine is available as well. What would you all like to do today?
I assume we have a late wake up, given how hungover some of us are going to be.
We did forget about the epic dance off that happened.
There was an
I feel
epic
like that was
dance off.
left off the recap.
There was
Yeah.
a leg bonfire.
Mm-hmm.
That was like a
There was the leg drill.
There's the leg drill. There was the Sprunkin. Can't forget
Yeah.
about the Sprunkin.
Can't forget about that.
a new sensation. Finlandor is going to rejoin the globalized society with a new dance move. As far as
Anything
stuff
about
we're
it.
doing today, though, are we we're planning on taking Cal back to Bastion, right?
I believe so. That's what Cal said. That's what he wanted.
Yeah, I mean, Cal's definitely going
I'll
back
be
to
fine.
Bastion. The question is whether or not everyone is going back with him, or if they're heading to a different location.
think it makes the most sense for us all to go to Bastion, since that's probably not exactly where Rue is going, but it might be, and it will probably be in his path, if anything else. And that way we make sure you get back home okay and don't die on your way home.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I
Uh,
mean, if I remember correctly, your detection of where Rue is currently located is to the southwest, so it's south of Bastion. But certainly, getting another vantage point on your sense of where Rue is will help triangulate
Yeah.
where that fucker's going.
should I try looking for him today?
Won't hurt. Not even be a good idea. Get a sense of how fast he's moving. We know he goes pretty damn fast, but
Yeah, it's as good as time as any to start my day off with a scrying.
Sure.
Put on my mage mask, sit down on the ground. Bibbity bobbity boobity beebity.
Okay, can you? Yes,
I
that
would
is
take
what I
one of
need.
the feathers. We got a body part. Okay.
Okay,
My AC, or my DC is 18 currently,
18. Okay.
Golly.
and I've got the minus 10 weighing him down. Assuming he can be scryed.
Let's find out. You said your DC is 18.
Yeah. And I'm clutching the feather in my hand.
Okay. I don't know that it's possible to beat 18 with a minus 10.
I feel like it'd be nat 20s.
I mean, that 20
Just
is
like
but
does it.
yeah. Let me check the man. Yeah, it's only on. Okay. Okay, that is a failure.
Nice.
Okay. Okay. You see as your vision shifts, you're pulled into a new space. And let me just double check what the thing does. Visible sensor within 10 feet here, and see moves with target
Yeah,
for
this
a
one is
duration.
fixed to Rue, whereas
Yeah.
the previous one was just a
In the
static
location.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Okay, your perception shifts and your vision realigns to a new location. It is okay. It's overcast, so it is, while daytime, it is still kind of a grayish pale light spreading around the area. And you see, indeed, the form of Rue atop a horse that is moving at a swift clip. You see, they are on a moving through the wild. Your sensor. Well, I'll let you choose, but you see him riding a horse.
Mhm.
You can
Is
hear
he's not on a trail, right? We're off
He is
kind of out in the bush.
Yeah, he is not on a specific trail.
And it's proper overcast, right?
Proper overcast. You can see the trees whipping by. You can hear the panting of the and breathing of the horse, the jingling of all the, tack and everything. And of course, you can see, Rue's form moving along. He doesn't appear to be like speaking or anything, but you can hear like the subtle, sounds anybody makes while they're, riding an animal.
Yeah, I will try my best to look up and at the surrounding trees to try to look which direction the light from overhead is coming from
Hmm.
to try to gauge what direction he's moving.
Okay,
Like
cool.
I don't know if the sun, rises and sets the same here, but that's the quickest way to try to get a direction. Even if it's overcast, it just means I have to stare at the light and it might be harder.
Yeah, for ease of use, the sun rises as we humans understand it on planet Earth. That's a lot easier than trying to figure something else
It's
out.
coming up with fantasy bullshit.
Yeah, because like, what are the knock-on effects of that kind of thing?
It's a mess.
Yeah, I don't want to deal with it. You don't want to deal with it. Cool. So, given the sun rising in the east, go ahead and make a perception check for me. Okay. You do indeed see the sun uh, rising up in the sky, and a brighter patch of the sky. It appears, based on your best guess, right? Like he's moving in a westernly direction currently.
Okay. Yeah. Basically, yeah, he's just, as far as I can tell, he's just cutting straight west.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have like a pure approximation, but like, okay, sun's mostly behind him, so he's heading in a western direction.
Uh, I am going to, once I calibrate that, I'm going to keep just watching for the full duration, knowing how the spell works and knowing that things that can see invisible objects will see the orb. I'm essentially going to watch to see if he sees me and is just pretending he doesn't, right? Or is like playing coy, but like knows he's being watched, right?
Yeah, sure, absolutely. For the duration, you continue keeping an eye on him. He rides. Doesn't seem to take notice of the sensor.
Okay.
Um,
Can I roll a general like insight just to see like what his body language, like if this is a panicked ride, if this is like if he's fucking pissed. Like when we last saw him, he's just running away, right? We've never really seen this dude theoretically by himself just existing.
yeah, yeah. Last you saw, he was, fleeing at great speed. Yeah, you move the sensor to get a better view of the face. Body language isn't going to tell you anything because he's constantly being moved and
Yeah.
jostled on a horse. Okay. It's a very good roll because the difficulty is quite high in the context here.
Yeah, I'm trying to do something that is difficult. Trying to
Yeah,
like peg him while he's in the middle of heavy travel.
yeah. You don't see fear on his face, or panic. You don't see. I wouldn't think you'd even see anger, but with a 21 here, you do see like you garner for like over the course of watching him for several minutes like this. Um, the occasional giveaway that like he's like he's thinking of something as he's moving about, right? As anyone would. You do see occasional flashes of disappointment, frustration come up over his face from time to time. Once or twice, you hear a little curse come out. But overall, you just get the sensation, really, that you really get the sensation like this is just he's just dead set on his focus is mostly on the ride, the movement, and making sure that he's watching so he doesn't get like the horse doesn't get caught up in anything, that sort of thing.
Especially since he decided to leave the road.
Right, that it creates
Yeah.
its own dangers for travel. You can tell he does observe and look around. Occasionally, like his eye line passes right, by the sensor, and you think for a moment that maybe he sees it before, he's basically looking through it, and then his eyes, move onward. You feel very certain he is unaware that this sensor is here.
Cool. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I think that definitely, like, trying to get a beat on him on the inside probably takes the full remainder of the 10 minutes after figuring out where the sun is.
Okay.
So once I pop out of it, I will quickly relay everything, mostly in the form of he is headed west. He is not on a road anymore. He is probably pissed off. Well, he seems like a ruminator to me. He is traveling by horse, alone, and quickly. Also, I don't believe he can see invisible things, or he would be able to see the me watching him.
I hope the Draskar eats him.
But
Rainier
yes,
is like trying to restrain a smile.
that is what I've got for today. He is riding hard. He is not taking the roads, which feels important. And as far as I know, it is west, though. With the overcast, it was hard to tell, north, northwest, southwest, particularly. But very important, I do not think he could see invisible things. At least not all of the time.
Okay.
Do you think he's headed towards the bog?
I
I
mean, he'd
mean,
have
not really in a point to speculate till we made it to Bastion and know he's still headed west from there, sort of thing. But
yeah, he'd have to head past Bastion, right? Or past farmland near Bastion.
yeah, trying to think of what would be westward that might be interesting to him besides Bastion.
If I want to spend this resource every day, I can keep an eye. He should not be aware of it, um, or know he's been looked upon. Same as when you were observed.
Right. Well, we can kind of take that day by day, I think.
Pick up the crystal ball, pocket it, roll my shoulders, and put back on the Lord mask. So we're going to Bastion.
Makes sense. You have any other options or opinions?
I mean, the only other option is taking a boat as fast as we can out to the Dread Lookout.
I mean, I know we're all in a rush. Do we actually have to go back there right away?
Oh, no, but it's more of a question of since we have the device that will theoretically stop the invasion, if we're going after the cult, do we want to take that device into their midst?
Hmm. I just feel like if we take it to the Dread Lookout, they could be watching. They seem to have been watching us in general. Just waiting.
That's-
There's also that if we take it to the Dread Lookout, we lock ourselves out again
Yeah.
because it's the key to get in,
Yeah, it
and
does
we
lock
know that,
automatically.
but they don't know that.
And they still don't know what this key is, what it looks like, and right now it's fairly well hidden. So we stand sort of a better chance of having it on us and not having it taken off of us than we do trying to walk back into the vault and
Which,
then
to
whatever
the point,
repercussions that'll take.
as anyone is able to hear us and see us, if we are referring to that item, let us say it is a sword and that it can cleave the heart of the wicked or some alliterative nonsense. So they can't hear exactly what it does.
Firm is just gonna.
We hold a sword that can cleave the heart of darkness, and we're gonna use it to do that.
He's just gonna hold up the glaive. And we just make them think it's this. He ain't gonna lie about anything. They just don't know.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, it is that.
Never suspect a mage with a glaive.
And over there, Ember's just carrying a family heirloom.
Mm-hmm.
Mom's best bread maker. You don't know. I don't know how we'd get in a tube, but point remains, assuming we can be heard and observed at any time if they have somebody who can do, well, we know they have people who can do the same I can. We can speak about our plans broadly whenever, but where it concerns the one thing, we should maybe keep a lid on that.
Yeah, I think we stand a pretty solid chance of not having it be found if we just ignore it.
That's a good one
as we
too.
can.
The world ignored it. Was never found until before now. Ignoring seems like a good strategy. Gonna hit him with that old awkward welt.
Well, Rael's staying here. Any other business we should address in Finlanora?
Time to hold hands and head out.
Are you ready to get back home, Cal?
Well, yes, most certainly. There's a lot of work to be done to make sure that after you all save the world, there's a world worth getting back to.
All
Also,
right.
who is holding on to the bag that's got a lot of space inside?
We did get one of those. I got so distracted about your new legs.
This is also me asking you out of character. Who's going to be group loot? Deal with it.
Oh no.
I mean, I can do it, but then you got to give me the bag. It's like it's a reward thing. You get to have the infinite bag, but you do have to do group loot because you're the one who has all the stuff.
Doesn't bag waste stuff weigh it like have weight to it?
It has some weight to it, but not the
Oh,
weight of the stuff.
yeah. Just okay.
Yeah, I mean
Okay.
there is a limit. It is fairly difficult to
yes.
get to.
We can't shove several fully grown humanoids into it, or we'll max it out.
And we very likely,
that attitude you
Dawson, will be
can't.
very limited in the monster pieces we can carry in it as
Yeah,
well.
you're not. It is unfortunately limited by the like dimensions. So you certainly will be able to put pieces in, but not like whole monsters.
I
Yeah,
couldn't just
it
shove a
is
beholder
like
in it.
it is like a satchel size. So like
Yeah, it's limited by
um
the mouth of it,
yeah.
basically.
If I just cast
Also, don't put sharp stuff inside unless it's in a scabbard
okay.
or
If I
like in
just
a
cast
claw.
reduce on a beholder, it'll fit, right?
Until it goes in there and it pops, and then it creates a extra planar sort of problem for us.
This is true.
A hole to your home plane, which
So that is the known risk with Firm holding it.
Yeah.
Body parts might try to get shoved inside.
I've been doing a like 50% of the group loot tracking. If I want to hold on, if or appropriately Cody, who's been doing the other 50%. Cody, if you don't want to do it, I'm happy to take it. And if
Like,
someone else also like actively wants to do it, I'm fine letting someone else
you
do it too.
can take it, and then occasionally we'll just pass it back and forth.
Yeah, it's a bag. Anyone can hold the bag.
It's a bag.
A bag.
It's a cute little bag.
Okay. The bag of holding is in your possession, Rainier. It's under your item type container.
Interesting.
Bag of holding. To add things to it, you edit it like it's an item, and then it will bring up the hey, here's what's inside of me. And I'm gonna just start putting things in it because I don't know who has what of what you found, so it's just all gonna be in the bag, and you all can deal with it
Just be
later.
careful about ciphers in there.
Throw 'em all
Yeah.
in there.
It's actually a really efficient way to split your ciphers, because if you just keep half of your ciphers in there and half of your ciphers on your person, you could
Mhm.
kind of be okay on the limit. Just do not put a bunch of ciphers in there, because you will make a bomb and you will gas yourself like Murph did.
It's fun.
Again, you need many for that to
Yeah, well,
happen.
Merv did. That's the problem. The one time it happened is Merv had like 7 of them in there, and it fucking went off the second he opened it.
Yeah, we've witnessed that close up. We've also witnessed a non-insignificant amount of kamikaze cultists who have
Mhm.
just strapped a load of ciphers to themselves and exploded. So
Yeah, that is true.
we know that they do one thing in mass: blow up.
It's not super great.
Oh, bright
And from
news.
you have the scroll of telepathic bond is in your inventory.
I do, yes.
Yep. Okay, cool. As you all are gathering yourselves, preparing to leave, you see uh, Rael enter the room as you all are, basically like about to get out of here. He looks at you all, kind of like sees like, oh, you guys are actually, looks like you're actually going to leave this time. And he wishes you all farewell. When you get back, if you can just let Baracus know, I'm just going to take just a little bit of time here, make sure my family's okay. But I'll be back soon. Actually, I was hoping that we might see each other even sooner than that. I know you got what you were looking for, but Moon Festival's coming up. It's nice here, and you all just seem to make a mark in this town, and I think you'd be welcome if you wanted to come back.
How many days out is it again? Kind of lost track on the ground.
You see he like moves his fingers like he's counting a bit. It is the 21st of Flame Rule. The month ends on the 30th, and then it is the one single day of Midsummer. The holiday month Midsummer. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then the 10th day is that single day, which is the next full moon. You-
Is that 10 days?
It'd be 10 days, not including today.
Okay.
On that 10th day would be the day.
My brain broke when you started to like count the days.
Yeah, because it's 30 days in, a single holiday, and then the next month will begin after that. He says, it just, you don't have to, but I wanted you to know that you're welcome.
It's occurring to me, if something goes wrong here, you're not able to contact us, I'll have Ember here send you a message, and then all I'll need you to do is let me watch.
Okay. But I know you. I know what you're made of. And I have no doubts that you'll all be just fine. You're the 5th season.
You take care of yourself too, all right?
I will. Good luck.
And you.
You have to go outside to do this, or is it can you do it anywhere?
Ember
Pretty,
Prime.
pretty sure I can just start scribing on the ground, right?
Yeah, it's I think does the item, I believe I made the item and
You
said
did.
what it
I'm
does.
trying to find it. Here we go.
And
Key to
we've done it
Bastion.
inside before.
10-foot diameter circle. That's not very big at all.
Yeah, we did it in our house in Maras the last time.
Group hug,
That's
everyone.
right. Wait.
Okay,
Oh, you
I gotta
definitely
I
gotta
gotta
pick
draw, and then everybody's gotta run through. So group hug not gonna work real well. But hug first. Firmament is sending me some stuff.
Oh yeah. I think what I meant it to say is like not that you have to draw the circle, it's like concentrating on like holding the item and activating it. It's like it takes the casting time of teleportation circle, but in my mind it's just like creating the runes around you that you don't have to actually draw with it, because it's like supposed to be just a magic item that does the thing.
I do love the idea of using it as chalk, though.
As chalk. Yeah, I'm like, there's
Breaking the
no.
ground.
Yeah, you're just like actually this this does damage every time we use it. We are permanently graffitiing things.
Yeah, it takes a minute to do.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Okay.
there is a portal. All right, everybody. I gotta go through last. Go, 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 go!
Everybody hold hands.
I shoved someone through.
Single file.
I shoved Firm through, apparently.
He trips and falls.
Okay, one by one. You all step through the portal, feeling yourselves being pulled, moved through the space between spaces. And you arrive in a familiar room within the city council building of Bastion. You see two fairly familiar guards at this point. They turn, see you. You can see that once again, just out of pure habit, you can see them. Their weapons begin like pulling down in defense, and then they recognize who has arrived. You see they just stand at the ready and give you all like a polite salute and a nod. And they open the doors leading to the further interior of the council building, which is bustling with activity at this early morning. There's no time zone difference here.
Hey, how
What
you
would
doing,
you-
everybody?
You direct that question to.
Oh, all the people we just startled by showing up randomly.
Okay, yeah. They said just fine. Very good, very good. Had a safe journey, I take it.
Awkward stare at the group. Was it safe? Would you
All right,
consider that
fine.
safe?
I died again.
Was not safe.
Oh,
We had a journey. It
He
was
got
certainly
better.
that.
I assume he got better since he's talking and moving around.
Hit or miss.
Brains.
I think he got
Would it
punched
be,
to death.
Would it be shitty if I just said it builds character?
I think he'd be honest.
There's a nervous laughter, Cal, as you call forth brains.
Was I supposed to have built character from my death?
I think you got plenty of character.
No, I'm not gonna do that. It's on myself. Damn. I took off major image. I was gonna make like a brain scene for Cal.
Well, shall we?
Where are we going first? Go see Baracus first?
Yeah, if you guys want, drop off a message.
Yeah, sounds like a good idea.
Maybe Fiddlesworth.
Okay. Passing through the city council building, the hustle and bustle of people moving about. Many people like recognize you, and you see some stop and smile. Some give a nod, some a wave. Others are just too involved in whatever they're doing and don't have time. But you are here and home back in the city again. You catch some conversation between people as you're just moving through. There's the general hubbub, the buzz around town is uh, caravans from Maras have started to arrive. There's been several coming into the city. Several caravans have left Bastion to Maras. So the beginning of trade is happening again, though it is in small amounts because only a few caravans have just started. So there's still a lot of demand for a lot of goods that is not met yet at the moment. There's also the major conversations that you pick up on are all about the new influx of new refugees that has overwhelmed the facilities that they have set up previously, and it's creating a even larger problem than before since so it's with all the trade morass failing, a lot of that stuff didn't progress quite as fast as they had hoped it all is. There is now refugee cities essentially surrounding the city, concentrated at all of the bridge points. Sorry, all of the gate points leading in, not just in the northern part of the city. So there is a very heavy influx of people outside the city, people inside the city, You can see there's a lot of stress of everyone trying to just figure out how to manage all of it. Okay. You wanted to go to Baracus, is that correct?
Think so.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Or do we want to get Firm a shopping trip before we go?
We're already here. Let's just talk to Baracus, and then we can do what we got to do in town. Right? That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Move through the city, passing into the harbor. There is definitely more refugees even within the city here. There's a large number of them outside the council building hoping to speak to somebody. There's a lot of people here trying to manage that crowd and answer questions or attend to it or just appease people. Um, you can see there's a heavy amount of guards around this area as well, but not just city guards. You can see there's a heavy amount of militia here as well, as the militia has been called back, and so they are also adding to everything that's happening here in town. Going into the harbor, you catch the ferry across. You are known in town. You are not charged for your ride. You make it over into at the Arcanium. The guard at the gate recognizes you, pauses for a moment, and then nods and waves you all in.
Lame. Thank you.
Did you want
No,
to
no,
do
no.
so?
The lame. I don't even know where the lame actually just came from. That was out of nowhere.
Did you want to do something with this guy?
I apologize. What?
That's okay.
Firm has started shit talking out of habit. Just
Yeah, that
it's just become a rote behavior for Firm.
He
I'm so
won
out
his
of
victory
pocket.
of entering the building. Those in his way are lame. Cool. You enter into the Arcanium. You can see that there has been some work done to repair the courtyard here. The new fountain is not finished, but you can see people are here at work laying new stone and designing something new to take its place. You enter into the Arcanium proper. Still a buzz with people moving about for their day of instruction and learning. You know your way through the halls at this point. You find your way down into the bowels of the Arcanium, and you find yourselves opening the doors to the Research and Reclamation Center. Let's see. This time of day? Yeah, both boys would be there. You see Fettlework and Baracus here. You see Fettlework is he is currently working on one of his constructions here. You can see a quite complex looking array of arms, legs, torso, ready to be assembled. This one looks even more advanced than the ones that he's made previously. Not up to what is within the Dread Lookout, but you can tell this is his finest work yet. Baracus peers up every now and then as Fettlework is shouting something about these parts not aligning correctly. There's a little spark of energy as a puff of smoke releases, and he drops his screwdriver as his construct that he moves around in, reaches down and grabs it and pulls it, hands it back to him. Baracus looks up at the movement and noise of the doors opening. Well, look who it is. I didn't know when we'd see you all again. Hello, welcome back. Did you just get in?
Just now.
Came
Excellent.
straight here.
Yeah, we did
Well,
actually.
I'm glad to be first on the list, I suppose. Please come in, sit, stand, or make yourselves at home.
So, Ray'll stand in Finlanora for a little while, but he's all right.
Good. That's good. How did things go?
Basically as good as they could have gone, excepting that Cal briefly was departed, but has returned to us.
Rue showed up.
Rue found us, but he did not know what we were doing and attempted to hold many of the members of the city hostage to get what we had come for, which ended fucking poorly for him. He's not dead, but he nearly was.
I'll take that as good news as well. And you found what you were looking for.
We did. For
And a lot more. Oh, some pretty
Yeah.
interesting history.
Yeah.
for
Yeah,
safety
you're
purposes,
a
I hope you
nerd.
forgive us, so we don't intend to produce it.
Which I'm not.
Fair enough. I was curious. And you see, Beckmudim has stopped working and is just like staring, watching you all speak. At the sign of not being able to see a new item of some kind, you can see a little disappointment runs across his face. And he puts his attention back to what he was working on. It's good to see you all again, though, that's for sure. And I'm glad that you made it through, Calawodax.
Well, that makes, well, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm going to say 8 of us. Well, let's be honest, all of us, everyone.
All of us, for certain.
Can I take a look at what he's building?
Yeah, you can walk over to it. Yeah, you see that different parts of it are being like hung, like arms are being hung on hooks. The torso is partially up on a slanted platform. There are there are little like struts set out for legs that are hanging there as well. These pieces are all separate at the moment as he is like beginning the assembly of these parts together. It's certainly it's like 100% a golem construction of his, but it's just quite advanced. It's starting to look more like the things that it looks more like the things that Umeli had around her, the creations that she was able to gain hold of and control of. But again, nothing like the Dread Tower, though again, all of his designs have a similarity because they're all based on one of them, right?
Mm-hmm.
How would it compare to what I was building in the afterlife?
Um, not, I mean, it's not the same. It's not the same thing. Oh, uh, Ember. Actually, I could use a hand if you don't mind.
Yeah, I got time.
Yeah. See, I'm trying to just okay. You see how these pieces are supposed to slot together? It's a little tough for me to. I need you to hold this while.
Got it.
Yeah, he enlists your assistance in trying to get some of the more complex pieces to go together.
Is this for a service golem? Is this for a fighting golem? What are we looking at?
Oh, this is a special request from one of the council members. 'Cause I forgot their names. This is most certainly going to increase the combat potential of Bastion for sure. I was hesitant at first, but uh, well, they sort of demanded it, and I wasn't in a. I'm not really in a good position to say no. So, here we are. You do what you have to do. Um, this was a request from Master Greybelt, which is the lawmaster, head of the militia and head of the city guard. And you can see as he's describing, its function. This thing is like it'll do kind of anything the other golems would do, certainly, but it is more robust. It looks like its material strength is higher. That it's more flexible than the others. It likely has a faster rate of movement. Um, it's not as large as some of the ones you've seen, like around the docks. There's very large, bulkier looking constructs that are just made for like extreme heavy lifting. This looks like it probably is not going to do that kind of stuff, um, but quite combat capable. He explains that here in this section, he's devised a sort of retractable blade that can be released when needed. Hand to hand combat should be quite easy. They even would have the dexterity to possibly use like a crossbow. One could be modified to allow this thing to use it. It also should be smarter, capable of much more complex tasks. It still needs someone to manage it overall, but it'll be able to do more. Keep us safe.
This is a prototype, right? This isn't like not something you're mass producing right now.
Well, there's this one. I mean, we have to prove that it works, of course, but if it proves to be functional, efficient, then I mean there may be more. I mean, I can't really mass produce these things very swiftly. I would need more assistance for that.
Hmm.
Have you if you've been successful in your mission, have you given any thought to perhaps returning to the tower?
Yeah. Yeah, that's on our to-do list.
And any reconsideration of allowing people to accompany you?
First, we got to figure out who's gonna handle all of this. So I don't know. I don't think we've really gone over it. We were a little busy, you know.
Mm. Well, as he begins to tighten a few nuts and bolts, just don't forget your good friend, Beckmodium.
Yeah. Top of the list, bud.
I know. My entire race was top of the list once.
Oh, good. At least he didn't forget.
Never.
Baraka speaks up and asks, "So, what now? What lies for the future of the fifth season?"
Hmm? The spending some time making decisions about how to approach this upcoming encounter, I guess. What steps to take. Maybe going after the Children of the Dark Sire. Hmm. It's a lot of things to consider.
Agreed. It seems perhaps that any path you choose will have its own dangers and uncertainties, but after everything you've been through, I certainly believe you're the ones that can see us through this. I assume if you've come through the city, you've seen the state of things.
Yes, it does seem quite a bit more crowded than it has been in the past.
Yes. Strange tales from the survivors of Maras. Many of these newcomers share a similar kind of story of being in a place. It's fuzzy, the memory they have of it. And then suddenly being back in Maras. Many of them are certain that they had perished somehow.
Hmm.
They have memory of buildings collapsing, falling through a great tunnel.
Well, as someone with considerable amount of experience in this regard, I would recommend that individuals don't focus too much on those sorts of memories and more on the fact that they are here now. There's no telling as to whether or not those memories are accurate. And Cal will wink at Zal.
Yeah, Zal just smiles wide, like showing kind of the fangs.
It is interesting, though. It led to many different theories, such similar stories. There are also those that tell of the condition of Maras, since we haven't been back there since the militia quarantined it.
Oh, you mean Karakara?
Correct, Karakara, yes. Some
About
apparently have stayed on, those that refuse to leave.
about how many are they thinking came back from this whatever place they were in?
The number is difficult to tell. There were already tens of thousands to begin with. Now there's even more. It's
Well, it sounds like even more work for the Quintuple C.
yes, there actually has been quite a lot of movement regarding that. Your family's name has been popping up a lot in recent politics, it seems.
I'll have to speak with my parents about that, I guess.
From what we gather, though, those that have returned back from Karakara, uh, they bring disturbing tales. I mean, the area was already affected by the proximity of the monolith, but now it seems there's greater disturbances. Stranger things are moving about the city. Apparently, only the mad or insane venture further than the outskirts.
Sean, when I was like tracing the trail after all the shit went down, one of the first places I went was to Karakara, but that was like in the direct aftermath. I assume like people could go into the like outer reaches of the city, meaning whatever the zone of like shit being weird has gotten bigger, right?
Um, That'd be a fair assessment. Even when you were there, it was there were still people that were like, "Look,
Y-
I was born here. I'm gonna die here," right?
Yeah.
So there's several hundred that are just like that, and they are mainly subsiding on like the fish in the lake,
Hmm.
though not you can't fish the waters that are too close to where the monolith is. And the people then spoke of, hey, we used to like go into the city to like scavenge, but fewer and fewer people were coming back, and now like only the fucking crazy or desperate go in there.
Yeah.
So that was already kind of occurring, and this kind of reinforces the idea of like that's probably either intensified or has grown.
Gotcha.
Yeah, which
'Cause,
would make
yeah, I
perfect sense.
I mostly was just hanging to the trying to get accounts, right, from the like refugees that were coming out.
Yeah, it'd
Definitely
be
never went in.
yeah. Everyone would have said like you can go in there, but you might not make it back out again.
Mhm.
Like we don't even really know what things are in there because people aren't coming out anymore. That kind of thing.
Mhm. Do the people that came back have any lasting health problems or anything?
To be honest, I haven't heard anything. I have recalled in the early days there was a strange affliction that many of them came down with. There have been some that have had some metallic growths on their skin, but otherwise the majority of the population is okay. Those that seem affected by anything are quickly isolated and given treatment. A lot of that treatment, of course, is from you, Ember Prime, stemmed from your early work there.
How frequently are you seeing these metallic growths?
I'm not exactly in the loop about the day-to-day operation. I merely hear what's discussed occasionally when I'm updating the council on any of the goings on. But things seem to be handled as far as that front goes. Honestly, the real worry is just the stresses on our infrastructure here. This city is large, but we already have a large population, and we were stressed to the brink with the trade deficit and the refugee influx before this, and now there's public sentiment has been swaying towards the negative again. There's a lot of pressure of finding a solution of what to do here, where to put these people.
But
Uh, this might be a weird question, but the voice of the people, right?
Mm.
Uh, Red Stream. Um, how is he elected?
It's essentially like the city gets to make a voting process, right? It's like the
Right.
only democratic thing that is allowed is the city can basically ballot vote to elect the voice, right? So a few people
Right.
could run, um, and he's been voice for quite a while now.
How frequently are there votes?
I don't know if I wrote that specific part down or not.
Fine if it's kind of arbitrary, just considering like
Yeah.
if what Baracus is saying right now is talking about the like and like theoretically how quote unquote dangerous the like a political event may be, given that we know Redstream has a little bit of a popularity complex.
Mm-hmm. The voice is okay. So the voice, it's a unique position on the Council of Bastion. The voice is elected by the very citizens of Bastion to represent their will. A new voice is chosen every 5 years, with any citizen of Bastion being eligible. The voice is responsible as tiebreakers in case of the council is at a stalemate when deciding courses of action or policy. That's like their official role.
Okay.
Yeah, currently, he'd be like 3 years into, this term of his.
Okay. All right. Just thinking. All right.
Yeah. But that's politics. This isn't a problem that 2, 5, 8, or even 20 people could solve. It takes the city to resolve a situation like this. There are greater things moving about. I assume you've been watching the skies.
Yeah, we've seen.
At first, there was early talk of whatever this thing is as a comet. In fact, it's even named after your dear friend Ragnarok.
Really?
Hmm. Apparently, he was met with one of the first discoverers, or first people to take note of something strange. But this, whatever it is not moving like a normal celestial object. It's coming closer here. You see,
Noted. I
back.
suppose we'll add that to the list of world-ending calamities we're sort of working on.
Indeed. Hopefully, it's true that what's in the lookout will help us.
Oh, Mariah is want us to send word telling you he's gonna be taking a break, shall we say.
Yes, yes. I recall you mentioning that.
Extending on that further, he's gonna need some help.
In what way?
Things went real bad in a fight we had, and his easiest way to say his nerve cracked all the way through. There
He
were
is young.
extenuating circumstances. His father lay dead on the ground, but in the moment where he could have rose, he didn't, and no judgment on him. It's just he's gonna need help with that.
Stress has a way of affecting all of us. I mean, if it was his father, I'd imagine that would set him back.
I had a question.
Yeah, go on.
Has nobody noticed Zol's pyramid legs in this whole interaction?
I mean, they would probably
Herm is
notice. It just
astounded.
hasn't, come up because I'm not thinking of it.
And I'm not bringing it up.
They're not my legs.
It's
so
a
I'm not
better
thinking
bit to
of it.
just act like this is normal.
Firm is astounded. Like, I've been sitting here wondering when that was gonna become a prevalent conversation.
Yeah, I've been in the background doing like Captain Morgan poses, silently like stretching. While like conversations happen, I'm just doing some like leg stretches, like tapping one of them on the other.
I didn't mean to break the moment, but like out of character and in character, I'm sitting here with an astounded face, and I didn't know what else to do.
Yeah. I mean, you could, there's a lot of stuff you could do in character with it as well. So those are weird boots you have.
Technically, they're my feet now.
I mean, aren't boots feet for the outside world?
Use me.
Okay, we gotta go.
I switch masks. Yes, they're basically metal shoes, but like a toe that goes all the way into my leg. So no.
You see, Beck like moves a little like kind of like crystal telescope thing over top of one of his eyes and kind of pulls it out to get a view from you where he's standing.
I pull up my cuff a little bit and go, first looks free. It's gonna cost you after that. They had to cut my fucking legs off for this.
No. You'll need a union card to charge.
He's my management now.
Oh God, Zol's
Oh.
getting pimped out.
Those things are. But I thought you were just like fucking with me. Those are
No.
not boots. Those are.
Right. Sort of spikes, I suppose.
You're just moving around on them like it's nothing. What do you suppose happens if you take them off?
No. Respectfully.
Then he has no goddamn legs.
He becomes your height.
Hmm. I
It would
wonder.
help me sell the mask more to limp and lose a little bit of height, but it would ruin the effect of the other two.
Oh. Incredible. You wouldn't mind hopping on this table here and letting
I
old
would a
Beck
lot.
take. Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah,
As I
just thought
said,
maybe.
first look, you can look from over there.
Okay, so
Second one, have to speak through my management.
Okay, what's it gonna cost to get him up on this table?
Well, Zol, perhaps for our good friend Beck Modin, just a brief peek. Let him hop up there just to see how they're connected. Couldn't hurt, really.
Yeah, just let your old friend Beck take a look at them gams.
Okay, as long as you don't touch them.
Okay, what's it gonna cost to touch them?
Actually, I need you to keep speaking more. This is good information. Your
Okay,
voice is very helpful.
sure.
As soon as people gather around Saul when he's on the table, I want to try and steal anything I can from this room.
Sure, there's all kinds of
Okay,
stuff.
can I get you to say some vowels? Do give me an A, like a register, right? Like A, E, I, O, and U.
A-I-O-U.
Oh, that's good stuff.
Mm,
I'm gonna be
mm.
borrowing one of those.
Well, a vowel?
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
But the way you say it,
I mean, I don't own vowels or letters.
right?
Not anymore.
Although, maybe as the first people, maybe we created our language.
What's your favorite swear?
Motherfucker.
Mother. Oh,
Yeah, it's got a great sound. Real nice vibration.
when you step your foot and you're walking around, what is your go-to?
Oh, shit.
Oh shit.
Mm,
Mm. Hold on, can you do that one again? The
mm,
mm.
mm.
It's good stuff. Yeah, I'm looking.
I think I'm gonna go.
Yeah, like I said, we gotta go.
Do you mind if I get my notebook out?
Yeah, he looks at your legs and tells you your legs are fucking rad, you know?
Yeah, I'm just baiting him into speaking about them, not at all listening to what he is saying, but listening to how he is saying and writing it down.
Yeah, he ponders if he got those things and put them like chopped off his non-functional legs and put them on, would it allow him to walk around? You know, and then he wouldn't need his little contraption.
Ugh.
Say
Before
if
the-
you if you have an untimely demise, what do you think about donating them?
Yeah, fuck it. I'm not going to be using it anymore.
Yeah, for research, you know.
Yeah, you're gonna wear them, aren't you?
I might.
so good.
I might.
If I die, if you ask very nicely, they might give you the mask I'm keeping.
Oh, you have that.
I don't know what that is, but sure.
Don't worry about it.
I'm
Pat him
beginning
on-
to. I'm
I'm
starting to worry about it.
I like reach out to pat him on the head as I'm like stooped down to be like eye level with him.
Firm is going to actually reach over and start rummaging through your things
Nope.
to get out said mask. He wants mask out.
Nope, going to hit you.
But
Don't do it.
I want it. I
Nope.
want it. No.
I
no.
wrap you on the knuckle with the horn.
None of you are gonna use it.
Doesn't matter.
What do you mean? I'm gonna use it. I'm not giving it to him.
You want to fuck your whole shit up with it?
It don't mess me up that bad.
We're gonna have to carve your brain out.
That's why we have
I think.
Begmodim. He's right here.
Okay, can we talk about this somewhere else?
Oh man, I thought I was gonna get it while you guys walked out.
Might I
We're
make a
all
suggestion?
looking at you.
Yeah, I'm looking right at you. I wrapped you on the hand with a horn.
No. Firm was gonna. I was gonna have Firm stay back while everybody else started to leave.
No, it seems that the fifth season is at really several crossroads. Why don't we have a nice dinner this evening and discuss what the future plans will be, both in regards to where we'll be going and what lineup will be going there.
I'm worried about this mask now. I'm just going to say it again. It keeps coming up, and you said not to, and now I am.
Mhm.
Noted. Goodbye.
Lovely
Ah.
seeing you.
You see Beck scuttles around to another section of the workshop to get a bunch of tools, Baracus kind of rolls his eyes a little bit and stands just to kind of escort you up out of the Arcanium, and says, he's just been under a lot of stress recently. They've been rushing his work, and he's just trying to get it done in deadline.
What
If you need any,
deadline?
well, I mean, they want it by the end of the month. As to what end, I don't know. That's for the council to. That's their business.
Hmm.
If you need anything else, please. You are welcome here.
Thank you.
Um, Hal, as you all were leaving the workshop and you're like in the hallways exiting out of that area, you heard Beckmudem exclaim in the very subtly in the background. She's like, "Where's that damn hat?" And you have snagged a little oddity that he had in his workshop. It's a feathered hat that occasionally makes bird noises.
Awesome.
Oh my god.
All right, gang. Where to?
Not the fucking surgery table. That's what where.
You know, maybe if you ask nicely, you two can be altered.
Think about it. Is this? Am I not allowed to move firm? What?
Are you on the movement tool or are you on a different thing?
No, I'm on the little square.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Are you on? Do you have the people selected and then the square,
Mm-hmm.
or on you? Yeah. I mean, you should be able to move. The game is not paused. You're not in combat.
It's weird. I'll figure it out later. Cal, you wanted to go see your family, correct?
Yes, I thought I certainly need to catch up with them, tell them about my future plans, and I thought I'd arrange a little farewell dinner for us all.
We wanted to go shopping first.
I love shopping.
Certainly.
Okay.
Shopping trip.
Okay. You all begin making your way around town, looking to see what wonders may be available to you. You find that as you're moving about from shop to shop, there is a much lower selection than previous times you've been in here. A lot of the shop owners discussing that uh, a lot of people have been buying up supplies of theirs, things that have been on the shelf for a while. If they provided any amount of protection of any kind, people were just scooping them up. In this instance, what you're able to find is collectively there's a chime of opening, which will allow you to open doors and containers that are otherwise locked. There are two potions available that have not been sold. There are two potions of standard healing and one potion of greater healing. You find a spell scroll for locate object.
Wait, is that the same thing as locate creature?
It is not.
Nope.
Oh.
And there's a rope of climbing as well.
Fuck.
Gotta Google that one.
I mean, we have the grappling hook of climbing.
You have the grappling hook of climbing. You have the barbarian, which climbs.
I don't suppose there's any diamonds in the city.
There are some. The cost is still high on them, as
Yeah.
the trade has only really just begun, and there's a lot of people just like things are coming in and getting bought up right away. There are some. There is. You can find 300 gold worth of diamonds that cost you 600 gold.
Ooh.
But
I
everywhere you
remember.
go, the same story of we just don't have a lot right now.
Yeah. I remember last time there was more diamonds in the, I guess call it like the undermarket.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there's like a little black market sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The handsy granny.
I mean, 300 gold for the, or 600 gold for the 300. Ember, have you been keeping track of our diamonds? I think we're out, right?
Nope. I have 300. I have one 300 gold piece diamond left. I have 300 gold pieces worth of diamond, not including the Urki, but I don't.
Let's go
I
ahead
don't-
and get
I don't think
another
that-
one of those, huh? So that would be 60 platinum.
Mm-hmm.
And you said stuff that's like protection and that is already like sold out everywhere. Is there a place
Yeah.
to like find regular half plate?
Yeah, there is still some like mundane items are still like there are some that are available. It's easier to get a hold of some of that as it's made in magical items are far rarer than someone making just an armor set. So there's just more of that. You find so what are you looking for?
Just like a regular half plate, one that wouldn't acquire attunement.
Yeah, you can get a hold of regular half plate. Items, armor, half plate. Yeah, there's a set of half plate, 750 gold.
I mean, how much was the scroll as well, if you don't mind?
The scroll. Locate object.
Oh, Ted, add a second diamond. I'll buy it, but hand it directly to Ember.
Yep.
So we're up to 600 worth. Guess. May as well buy the Chime of Opening.
Okay. The scroll of locate object. It's 120 gold.
Okay. Man. 750 plus 1. You said 120?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. 630. So 63 platinum? Yeah. I'll buy those two.
And you want half plate and the scroll?
Yes, please.
Okay. Okay. The rope of climbing is 2,000 gold.
And the chime of opening.
The chime of opening is 3,000 gold.
So you said 6,000 for the rope of climbing.
Sorry, it should be 2,000. Yeah, 2,000 for the rope of climbing.
So for both. Okay.
It'd be 5,000 for both,
Yeah.
for the chime and the rope.
Like I can't resist accumulating random crap. I'll take both.
Yeah, you got it,
It's
my man.
I have to fulfill my Merv instinct to
You-
hoard junk.
I gotta get my quota in, man. Okay. Firm, I just gotta ask, why are you buying normal half plate?
I only have 3 attunement slots, and I need to find things. And so far, the other than the fire resistance, the armor is just half plate armor.
Okay.
It seems like the
But
most
it looks cool.
advantageous. Yes. Well, yeah, now it's greenish blue,
Does
so like
look
it
cool.
does. But
Cool.
like, it just seems the most advantageous to if I had to ever break attunement, break that one.
Sure. You're still wearing the dragon scaled half plate.
Yes,
Okay. You are over encumbered.
sure am.
Mm-hmm.
It's just gonna slide this towards Rainier. Be like, can you put that in the bag? Oh, Rainier's gone. Cannot hand that to Rainier.
I'm here. I can stow it. I just won't. I am not in Foundry as we're
Yeah.
having more technical difficulties.
Yeah, I can add it to it.
Okay.
Thank you, Sean.
Tyler promises that the technical difficulties are almost repaired.
The ham sandwich will be functional soon.
Yes,
Does it come with mayonnaise?
it should have.
Good lord, please
Oh.
do not put mayonnaise on a ham sandwich.
Mayonnaise, mustard, and shredded cheese.
You know what? A little mayo and ham. There's no problem with that. No problem at all.
As a Midwesterner, I have to chime in with Miracle Whip.
All you fucking
Eh,
goyim
leave that
make me
there.
sick.
Yeah. Look, I like mustard more, but a little mayo, that's all right.
Just be the best of both worlds. Use both.
I don't want to like just a little, just a little bit.
A little sauce. Anything that has sauce. Are we getting the time opening? Is that wanted?
Yeah, I'm getting it. Let's see what it.
No, I just didn't know if you needed if you wanted to get help getting it, or if you're just gonna outright pay it.
It's okay. We got a lot of money.
Oh yeah, we do have group loot.
Well, no, not the. I just. We got so much fucking money.
There is a lot of money.
I only have 1,000 platinum left, so Farm's being very stingy.
Holy shit. Well, no,
Only
that's still a lot of. Yeah.
only
Hey.
1,000 platinum.
But I just spent 63, and he said 3,000, so that means 300 platinum, and then I'd only have 700 platinum, and then
Well-
Farmville's broke.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I've taken a big hit to my platinum, but in exchange, I've been given rubbish, and that is good for me. I've got a house down by the river.
You said rubbish.
I've got a house down by the river. I've got a chime that'll open stuff 10 times, and I've got a sick rope. I'm good.
Yeah, that's sick, bro. I will point out, you guys, although it's it won't like help you climb any it won't auto help you climb anything, but in the bag of holding is the endless coil, which is a thing that pulls
Right.
out 50 feet of rope forever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I looked at the group loot, and at the very bottom, it has 2 draft horse and then 2 more draft horse, and I was like, we're carrying horses right now?
Great.
Yeah, they're in your horse pocket.
Now, the group loot is just a list of all of our group possessions.
Uh,
Okay. That leaves the potions. Should anybody wish to snag those?
Is there an owl in this shop?
Did you ask for an owl?
I keep hearing an owl. Anyone else hear a bird? Just me?
oh, the hat. Zal. Well,
I
Cody.
only have one bird noise.
That owl is sick.
On the roof feathers that are in the group loot, are those including the 2 that Firm has?
Probably not.
Okay, well then you can add 2 more if you want. I've been holding them since he found it on the fucking rock shaft. Hmm.
Is Rope of Climbing in Adventure Gear?
It's not.
Okay.
Yeah, they are not. I have to create those for you.
Yeah, that's fine. No rush. So yeah, I guess we shop and then we go see Cal off before the rest of us go pile into Rainier's house.
The old classic.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm happy to have you, but you have your own house if you are not interested in staying over.
Yeah.
Nah.
I'm good.
All right, cool. More the merrier.
Okay.
Onward to the. I can never say the last name. God damn it.
Calamunex Clithinthialar. Gotta get it in under the buzzer.
Okay. Finishing up your relatively short shopping session here. Cool. You head over to the Clintithliar estate. It's early to mid-afternoon. You arrive. Servants recognize you at the front door, Cal. They bow and hold the door open for everyone else. You can hear the hustle and bustle of the house staff getting things ready, preparing for the meal later in the day.
Why don't
One of
we?
them asks, "Should I announce your arrival, sir?"
Certainly.
You see they step into like the larger hallway leading out, and they make the announcement that Master Calawunax Clintithliar and the 5th season have arrived. They give you a nod, and you see down in the hallway, you see 2 large horns extend out around a corner as you see Rupert's face, one of your Minotaur butlers, kind of just peek out curiously, and then their full form steps out in their tidy suit, and they begin making their way towards you.
As Rupert does, I misty step behind him and try and tackle him to the ground.
I mean, he doesn't see it coming, that's for sure. He begins to slow and stop as you disappear, and you see his head moving as you arrive behind and then tackle him from behind. Are you doing like a tackle hug? Or are you trying to like drop him to the ground?
Oh, I'm going to try and drop him to the ground. I am going to use my massive athletics score here to try and take him down.
Okay, I'll give you a situational advantage, as he did not see it coming.
Your dice get me every time.
Oh my god.
Does he succeed?
I
Not
mean,
Cal.
he. Oh, I was like, I mean, he likely is going to succeed about this. Yeah. He doesn't see it coming. You are able to use your momentum, to put him off balance, and there's a large crash as the two of you hit the ground.
19 motherfucking years, and I finally got you down on the ground.
You hear shouts from another room, as more people come checking out what the noise is. I see Rupert turns his body to look back at you, Cal. Very good, young master. Very good. You've been training, it seems.
I have. I bow.
They get up to their feet, look at you, and they give a bow as well. Though even their bow, they are still very tall above you.
Mm.
I see the road has treated you well. You've grown.
Grown, yes. And I've learned quite a bit. I think we'll retire to the conservatory and have some drinks and some snacks while dinner is being prepared. We have some business to discuss. Do you remember everyone? Do you remember Ember Prime?
Of course. How could I forget such beauty?
Ooh.
He turns and nods and bows his head to the rest of you. You
Shall
all
we,
look
everyone?
like you're doing quite well. Yes, this way, this way. Your mother comes around a corner, her scales dazzling in the light, and she has like the look of concern of somebody just dropped something expensive. That she comes around the corner. It looks like she's about to like admonish somebody, and then catches your eyes and the eyes of everyone else. She rushes towards you, Cal, wraps her arms around you.
Hello, Mother, radiant as ever.
It's so good to see you, Cal.
And
I
you?
didn't know you were. I didn't know you were coming.
Well, we needed an opportunity to regroup and decide what is best for us moving forward. And we thought, given our endeavors just to the east, this would make a wonderful location to have such a meeting.
Well,
Besides, it's been so long since I've seen you.
she turns and gives a warm smile to the rest of you. Of course, you and your friends are welcome here anytime. You hear another voice coming down the hall. Is that Cal I hear? And you see your
Yes, Father.
father coming around, making his way, joining your mother. He stops short and looks at you. Yes, you filled out quite a bit. It's good to have you home, son.
It is good to be home.
Hello, everyone. Good to see you all again in good health.
Hi.
I heard talk of dinner. Everyone's staying. Is that what I'm hearing?
Grim would have started breaking off to the kitchen.
You see your father nods to the wait staff, and everyone begins to move and take action to prepare for the additional company. um, your mother kind of dotes on you for a little bit, and your father looks at you and says, "Actually, I'm glad you're here, son. There's some work I've been doing, collaborations with your foundation,
Hmm.
and I could use your input."
Well, I will be happy to oblige, and I believe you'll find that I will be having a more hands-on approach to the Quintuple C, at least in the near future. But that's all things that we can discuss after the meal. For the time being, um, the fifth season has some decisions to make, and I thought knocking them out before dinner might lead to better digestion.
Of course, of course. Well, I need to get back to some paperwork. I'll leave you all to it. See you at dinner.
Very well.
Your father heads off, and your mother just asks, "So what's this all about? What's the big decision everyone needs to make?"
Well, the short version, I guess, is that I have decided that my skills are best suited to uh, more diplomatic endeavors, helping with more directly with the refugees from Karakara and mending fences between Bastion and Maras, and now welcoming Finlanora back into the community of nations, cities, and whatnot. Um, but that does not mean I am no longer a member of the fifth season, and there are many challenges that are on the horizon. And seeing as how not all of them can be pursued uh, simultaneously, um, deciding what the next step is of critical importance at this juncture.
Well, there's a lot of things happening in the world. We would certainly love to have you around more.
Well, we will see if that happens. Just because I will be engaging in more diplomatic and less adventurous endeavors does not necessarily mean that I will become a homebody. But that is how that all plays out is yet to be seen. Um,
Well, either way, I've kept your room exactly as you left it.
Wonderful. Thank you, Mother.
Please, make yourselves at home. We'll let you know when dinner's happening.
Excellent. Shall we, everyone?
Thank you.
Cool. She heads off. You all have, time here. Is there anything you'd like to do here?
Can I sense the direction that Rue is in?
Yeah, from your position, he is east of you.
Okay. Well, we're ahead of him, whatever that means. which we kind of
Oh.
already knew, but
So do you all think that is the plan, or will you be going after Rue directly?
If he's heading back to, I don't know, wherever the headquarters is, then following him and or watching him as he goes could be advantageous. I think you should probably increase security here in case he responds out of spite to what we did.
Yes, I will. It's a wise idea. I will speak with my parents and Rupert and Rufus and make sure that the necessary precautions are taken.
He might not know we're ahead of him, and if that's the case, then it's not really doesn't seem beyond him to just do something to hurt you.
he was already
Well,
planning on doing so anyway.
yeah, although I'm a little less concerned about it because if he just wanted to do something to be hurtful, he was here at the party. He certainly could have inflicted maximum damage at that point and did not. He is ruthless and a maniac, but he does seem driven by purpose. And so while precautions are certainly a wise idea and no reason not to take them, I'm not entirely concerned that he will give up on his primary goal and the goal of the Children of the Darksire and decide that he would like to enact some sort of revenge on me and my family. Do you all believe that going after him directly is the wisest course of action, or is it time to activate the army at the Dread Lookout? Is there further investigation about this abomination in the sky that can be done?
We I'd rather go after the children of the dark sire directly. If we can. We know someone's gonna have to go into the lookout, into the to take control of the army, and I don't think we haven't really thought about that at all.
Do we want to think about that now, or do we want to keep putting that off?
I'm not sure now's really the best time, but if we have to, we can. I'd rather forestall that and just go after the children.
Right. Me too.
If we can stop what they're doing, maybe we can put that thing back on the timetable that the bug people,
Or at very least, prevent them from having prevent it from having a proper welcoming committee when it gets here.
yeah. Although I think once it gets here, it's welcoming committee or not, shit's bad. But
then we won't be fighting, on both fronts.
true.
And won't be fighting on both fronts, and perhaps by taking out the Children of the Darksire, you can prevent them from speeding the arrival. So
Yeah,
to
that's
speak.
what I was trying to say. Putting it back on the timeline of the
Mm.
Vol.
Of the
The
Vol,
Vol thought it was
yes.
going to be years from now, and we went to Fin Lenore to wake everything up early. But if we don't have to do that, then
True, but it's in the sky, and it wasn't before.
yeah. But if we deal with them, maybe it goes away.
Or at least the rate of increase ceases to be exponential. It slows back down
Maybe.
to a normal rate of progression.
It's certainly worth trying. Only problem is we don't really have a proper knowledge of where they are. The only one who does is Rue, and he is now behind us.
Which does give you the element of surprise. Um,
That's true. There is also a bit of consideration as we're considering the possibilities of where he's headed and for what. I can't help but imagine that he is trying to regroup. He's completely lost for resource. And part of me
yes.
wonders if maybe where he maybe not centralized, but got himself into the position he is in is near the bog, is near Wellsworth. It's where he came up and all.
Yes, well, I mean, more intelligence would be wonderful, but I wouldn't know where to begin. I mean, perhaps your church's archives, Renia, as you mentioned, birthed in Wellsworth.
I actually checked there a little while ago trying to find anything about following up in that area, but just as Rue said, they didn't they didn't go and help those people after the war was over. But who knows? Maybe there might be something that's in the region that there's
Mhm.
some note of. If
Well,
anyone's going to have record of it, they will.
and it begs the question: if the church didn't go in there and help people, who who did go in there, and did they go in there to help or to hurt?
I mean, that's sort of the problem. It doesn't sound like anyone did. Said orcs pillaged the region afterwards.
Right. Well, then someone clearly did. The orcs went in. Not that I know how to get information from them, but sounds like further intelligence will be difficult, if not impossible, to come by.
Certainly worth looking.
Hmm.
And who knows? Maybe we know some of Clan Marsh skim who might be able to help us out.
Yes, well, I will do what I can to grease as many palms as possible, and if I learn anything, I'll be sure to pass it along.
You're doing good. Hope this new calling feels right for you, because I know you'll do good at it.
Oh, I appreciate that. I think that it better suits my talents. I certainly far from useless on the battlefield, but I think the challenges and foes that we have been facing recently have outmatched my skill level, and I am or should I say have become a big enough man to admit that. Um, Plus, look around. The refugee problem is bigger than ever. Frustration level in the city seems incredibly high. Certainly, will take someone with my charm to diffuse the situation.
How did it feel being out in the world and doing good for whatever market it valued to you?
Well, it it felt good to have a purpose beyond self-preservation. That has been a unique experience for me and given me a new perspective. It is odd to say, given someone from my means, but I've always done well at getting myself into considerable trouble and then having to spend an inordinate amount of time dodging responsibility for that trouble. Perhaps that was a dodge of the responsibility of growing up, but thanks in large part to all of you. I now see getting myself into considerable trouble merely as an enjoyable activity and not as a calling.
Mighty big.
Now, I do have some items here that I can't imagine will serve me very well in my diplomatic mission. Don't know. They might serve Firm well, but as he has retired to the kitchen, Zal, I guess you should probably hold on to these. And I will hand you 2 scrolls. Scroll of Earthbind and a Wall of Ice scroll.
What was he saying? That's crazy.
I mean, do you want to take a crack at him first, Firm? Or...
No, Firm's not there. Firm's in the kitchen.
Well, what do you think you all will survive without me around?
I think we'll do all right. We'll miss you though.
Or at least until chicanery would have saved the day.
Well, I will certainly miss all of you. Toast to the 5th season.
Cheers.
I'm really starting to worry that this isn't a bit.
But why don't Why don't we go for a little walk?
Okay.
Yeah, I'll go strolling through the home towards my my wing of the mansion.
Mm-hmm.
Look, Ember, this is not a bit. It is time for me to use my considerable skill set elsewhere. It is not serving any of us well on the battlefield. In fact, I fear it's becoming a detriment. More and more resources are going to keeping me alive or bringing me back from being dead. Those are resources that could be used in a much more positive, offensive, or advantageous way.
Okay. You guys used a wish to change the world to bring me back. We haven't gotten to that point for you. So it's fine. It's fine. You can just keep coming with us. It's fine. Everything's gonna be fine. I'll keep you alive.
Well, I have no doubt that you will, but that is exactly what my concern is. Look, we are as close as two people can be. We have died together. We have been reborn together. Have given our blood to a fiend together.
Yeah, that worked well.
Oh, look, it is not among my best decisions,
Oh no, mine ain't mine either.
but in fairness, it's not among my worst either. You have saved me from a horrible curse. You have saved me from dying several times. You've brought me back from death at least one additional time. I don't know what I would do, Ember, if I were to be the cause of your death again. If in your efforts to keep me alive, you were to die, I couldn't do it. I won't do it.
You mean again, but
Right. Well, that is my point. I don't know that I could do it again.
no, I mean you said you couldn't be the cause of my death again. I don't know what you mean again. You've never caused my death. Look, everything will be fine. Just
It,
It-
this
but-
here I agree with you, Ember. Everything will be fine. I promise you. Right? And right, I have instructed the staff here to split my wing in half so that at any time you have a place here in Bastion. I know it is not your home, but hopefully, with the comforts of the Clef Tinthila household, you can feel at home when you are in Bastion. And I need you and the rest of the 5th season to be out there saving the world. And I will do what I can to make sure that once you have saved it, it is still a place worth living in. The poor souls that are returned from Karakara, their situation just gets worse and worse. Someone needs to pay attention to that. Finlanora, thanks to our efforts, is preparing to rejoin the community. Someone needs to be paying attention to that. There is still no cathedral to baking in Maras. Someone needs to be paying attention to that. And let's face it, my skill set is much better suited to those endeavors than it is to the battlefield. But believe me, wherever I am and wherever you are, you will always be in my heart and in my thoughts.
But it's gonna be so boring.
Well,
thi-
then,
I'm looking at it, they're all so old. And nobody I mean, okay, Firm wants to do fun stuff, but Firm worries me. Cal, I'm not gonna lie, Firm worries me.
Don't be too worried. It's okay.
look, Firm is insane. That's pretty clear. He's he's constantly butchering monstrosities and turning them into, in fairness, absolutely delicious meals. They're still monstrosities. And look, I'm unhinged, right? But the inspiration for some of his actions escapes even me. So I understand, right? But you can temper that with some of, I don't know, some of Rainier's absolutely dreadful dullness. Right? You mix the two of them together, you'll be able to get a general vibe. I mean, I know the type of fun that I bring to a situation is irreplaceable, but just think of it this way, right? You'll get those tastes, right? And you'll be able to bring some of it to the rest of the party, right? But just think of how much more fun we'll have when we do get the chance to get back together. Now, look, I'm going to need you to do me a very important favor. You see, in my new self-appointed role, I am going to need to adopt a mindset and a demeanor that I have not frequently assumed in our past activities. Diplomacy calls for a certain humility, and when called upon, there is no one in this world more humble than Kalawunak's Cleftinthula. But I have acquired a certain item that makes it very difficult to appear humble. And I can't just hide it away. It needs to be seen. So I'm going to need you to take the Star of the Night and make sure that it sees the world and the people of the world see it. And I will take off the genuine Urki and hold it out to Ember Prime.
I don't think that's a good idea.
I think
Oh
it's
boy.
the best idea. Here, let me put it on you.
Oh boy. This is way heavier than I thought it was gonna be. Oh boy.
Oh goodness, it looks so good on you. I mean, looks.
Look better on you.
I mean, that's not a fair comparison. Of course it did, but it looks almost as good as you on you as it did on me, and that is saying something because I looked amazing. Which is precisely why I couldn't hold on to it. I mean, how could I be as humble as I need to be and am capable of being if this beautiful thing was hanging around my neck, making me even more gorgeous than I normally am? Now, at the very least, we have this evening to have a good time. So, let's say we make gluttons of ourselves at dinner and fools of ourselves in the after party. What do you say?
We'll stand there silently for a few minutes. Kind of stamp a foot. Fine.
Yeah, if you prefer, we could start making fools of ourselves now.
No. Sober for dinner.
Wonderful. Let's rejoin the others.
I'm gonna miss you, Cal. You're like the brother I never had, but always wanted, and I'm gonna miss you.
I will miss you too. You're my sister from another mister.
Let's see exactly how embarrassed we can make all of the rest of them.
Oh,
Of
yes.
us.
I like the way you think. Always have.
A short time later, the staff announces dinner is served. A luxurious meal of many courses and many drinks. Firm, did you prepare anything specific while you were in the kitchen for this?
I did. It's in the chat
Okay.
above when Max said they'd be right back.
Ah, yes. Incredible.
Is that fucking oxtail? Hot damn.
I think it's oxtail and braised ribs.
Yeah, hell
I think it's a mix. Yeah.
Yeah, it's all sorts of good stuff going on in there. Oh my god, I'll just put this GIF in here before I forget.
yeah.
It's so it's just out of nowhere.
I don't know why it exists, but somebody made it.
That's insane. That is insane.
It gets funnier every loop.
Yeah.
A wonderful evening is had, regaled of stories of your adventures. There's music, there's dance, many drinks. As the evening winds down, you all find yourselves in rooms luxurious. Cal, as you are finishing up for the evening here, you see your father just steps into the room for a last moment as he's getting ready for bed. See, he has a brilliant robe on, one he's worn many times. You've seen him in. and steps up next to you. You all right, son?
I am, Father. I can't remember ever being better.
You've grown into a. You've grown
Yes?
into someone I can be very proud of.
Hmm.
And you've exceeded every expectation your mother and I had.
Well, if there is one thing I have learned about being a Cleftintilor, it is to confound expectations.
These are good friends you've made.
Yes, they are exceptional. They are best friends, I think, one could make. And it is on their behalf and for their benefit that I plan to undertake this next set of endeavors.
It won't be easy.
That may be true, but I have learned through my time with them that nothing worth it ever is easy.
He puts a hand on your shoulder, just smiles at you.
Is that the only way I've grown, Father?
Have you gotten shorter?
Son of a bitch! God damn it!
I think there's no. I think that's the best way.
Yeah,
to,
absolutely.
To
Yeah.
end right there. It's so beautiful.
Yeah, amen.
But
Credits roll.
All right, that will be the end of our session for the evening.
I'm right here, babies. 5,000.